Hello everyone, welcome to story time. We're back in my living room. Today's story is going to be Margaret and H.A. Ray's Curious George Makes Pancakes. I bet you know who Curious George is. What kind of an animal is he? Is he a chicken? Is he a dog? Is he a monkey? And is he a monkey that gets into trouble a lot? If you said yes, you're right. Before I start that, though, I want to show you a list of names. Do you see your name on the list? I'm going to read it. Selena, Bill, Andy, Peter, Jude, and the Ching Boys. These are some of the followers on YouTube. I thought it would be nice to give everyone a shout out, to say hi, and thank you for watching. I know that my children from my classroom are watching. And I think it's very kind that there are other people out there who actually want to watch me. Who knew? Have a great day and enjoy the story. Okay, guys, here we go. Curious George Makes Pancakes. This is George. George was a good little monkey and always very curious. Do you know what curious means? It means that you want to find out things. You want to learn why. It's great to be curious. George was a good little monkey and always very curious. One morning, the man with the yellow hat woke George early. Time to get up, George. The pancake breakfast is today. George loved the pancake breakfast. It was a fundraiser held every year to make money for special programs at the Children's Hospital. Besides eating pancakes, there were all kinds of games to play. Even the mayor came to play and eat. But first, he gave a welcome speech. "Thank you all for coming," the mayor said. "We appreciate your generous support." He thanked all the volunteers who were helping that day, and finally he said, "Please enjoy yourselves and the pancakes." When the mayor finished, the man with the yellow hat said, "George, I'm going to buy our tickets. Please wait here and don't be too curious." George waited like a good little monkey, but something smelled good. Could it be the pancakes? George was curious. He's supposed to be waiting. Does he look like he's waiting in one place? Uh-oh. Let's turn the page. He followed the delicious smell and found a whole griddle full of pancakes. George watched as a man poured little batter circles and flipped them up in the air. Do you see all of those circles? You want to count them with me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. George wanted to help. On a table near the griddle was a basket full of blueberries. These pancakes need blueberries, George thought, and he sprinkled some on top. Meanwhile, the man at the griddle was so busy he didn't notice the little monkey helping him. But the line grew and grew and grew. George's pancakes were a hit. Soon everyone wanted them, and the man could not keep up. "Please wait," he said to someone holding an empty plate. "I need to find an assistant to help me." And just like that, he was gone. George looked at the people waiting in line and then at the empty griddle. Uh-oh. Why, he could make pancakes. He could be the assistant. George poured the batter into nice round circles. Next he added blueberries. Then he flipped them over, and at last, he waited just a minute to let the pancakes cook, and then he flipped them over, and at last he added syrup. So he put berries He waited to cook a little bit, and then he flipped them, and then he put the syrup on. The line for pancakes was enormous, but with 4 hands, George makes quite a chef, and no one's plate was empty for long. "I've been coming to this breakfast for years," a man said, "but I've never seen pancakes made like this before." "I've never eaten this many pancakes before," said a girl. "I didn't even like pancakes before," said another girl. And they all lined up for more. When the man returned with his new assistant, he was shocked to see a monkey making pancakes. "This is no place for a monkey," he yelled, and he began to chase George. George hadn't meant to cause any trouble. He only wanted to help. Now he only wanted to get away. Quickly, George found a place to hide, and the man and his assistant ran right by. But where did George go? Can you find him? Look carefully. When it was safe to come out, George jumped down. He was covered in syrup like a pancake, and he was sticking to everything. George was curious. Could these napkins help him get clean? Oh! What happened when he put the napkins on? Can you see? No, the napkins only made it worse. What George needed was some water to wash with. Well, here was the perfect thing. It's a box filled with water, and there's a seat. George climbed up. This would do the trick for a sticky monkey. George sat on the bench and splashed himself with water, but all of a sudden, splash! George was in the water. What a surprise! George climbed up again and splashed back down. He'd never been in a duck tank before, and he'd never had so much fun getting cleaned. Soon, everyone was having fun, and the line at the duck tank grew even longer than the line for pancakes. Later, the mayor came by. "I've heard all about your delicious pancakes," he said. "You've made our fundraiser a big success." Do you see that? They were throwing balls to make him go down. "I have a special favor to ask you." At the end of the day, George got to present the money from the fundraiser to the president of the hospital. "Thanks to you, George. This has been our best year ever," she said. "Will you come back again next year and make pancakes?" George nodded, and everyone cheered. Everybody give a cheer. Woohoo! Over there's a picture of George eating pancakes. Maybe you could draw me a picture of George eating pancakes. Or maybe even a picture of you eating pancakes. I really like this story. And I'm going to share something with you. Guess what I'm going to do today? I'm starving for my breakfast. And I'm going to make myself some flapjack and waffle mix pancakes. They're called power cakes here. There is no word pancake on here, but there's a word called protein packed. And there's another word, buttermilk. And all I have to do is add some water. And I'm going to have these today with my husband, with syrup. Now, I want you to remember, do you remember how George made them? It's really important to remember the sequence of things, mommies and daddies. So you have to remember how things happen and how things get made. Maybe you guys at home could ask mommy and daddy to help you to make some pancakes. You never touch the stove because it's not safe for children to touch stoves until they're grown-ups or until a grown-up is with you. Do you remember the steps? Do you remember the steps that my friend George did to be able to make his pancakes? Let's see if you can remember on your own. I'm going to give you a clue. The first thing he did was, did you say pour? You're right. He poured out the batter. And what shape did he make with the batter? Circles are right. Then he sprinkled some things on top. Do you remember what he put on top? Was it chocolate chips? That would be good, but it's not. Was it strawberries? No, they weren't red. Did you remember blueberries? I'm so glad you did. The next thing he had to do was wait a little bit. Why did he have to wait? Did you say to let them cook? Then you're right. And then he did something else. He flipped them. And then finally, he took something that's sweet and he poured it on top. He added syrup. Do you think he's ready to eat them? I know I am. So we sequenced how George made pancakes. Sequencing shows off what we remember and how we remember it. It can be tough for some of my friends to sequence, but that's why we use cues and we give clues. So work together to work on those skills. Have a wonderful day. I hope you get to eat some pancakes soon. I'm going to make mine now. See you later. Bye.